So Louisa, just to put you into perspective, we're talking about kings, right? And Usnowe had shared with us some of the kings of working love, such as strangulation, candle wax, deep throating. So those are things he enjoys. So then I posed the question to my panel, what are their kings? What are the things that make you come? And then we ran away from my panel. So it's
My mama told me when I was young, we're all superstars. She rolled my hair, put my lipstick on.
I'm also curious about what's this way to high sorry, Snow, yes. At what point do you negotiate the transgender-ness? Because you don't appear as transgender. I'm not sure whether you pre or post procedure, but when which point during your interaction with your clients do you negotiate that and disclose your transgenderism?
So you want to know when Snowy meets a client, when, if she even does disclose that she's transgender and not born female.
Okay. However, I do not negotiate my gender identity with my clients. Whomever that goes online, finds Snowy hair lingerie, get the numbers, Snowy.
Yeah, with that.
Got the sex working industry, they call us shills. Snowy shilling.
Alright.
Then you go to me, you know what to expect.
Yeah.
The only thing that clients, when they call, they'll ask me, do you have boobs? How big are they? What color are you? Right? Yes, I do have boobs. My color is blah, 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 blah. Tell me, are you well shaped? How big is your penis? How big are your boobs? Are you fully functional? Can you...
What is fully functional?
Fully functional is, can I penetrate? Right? Do I swing? How do I like it? Right? That's what a client most of the time requests, and I'm like, yeah, I'm well shaped. I'm very clean. Shining out and clean. What else? And the love combination, right? Clients are not just clients, but trust me, when men are here and Snow is naked, half of the men I've been with, I've asked them a question calling, what is it exactly that drives you crazy, right? About me, they'll be like, I love the combination. Yeah, your face, your boobs, and seeing the penis. That's what they love. And it drives them crazy. Alright. I prefer to kumul when we attack.
The party's done. Go.
On the safety measures as well, what you have to do, I always tell people that carry your own condoms and lubrication if you're going to other partner's place. But the best thing is to get that partner to come to your place because it's safer. Because if you are at his place, you might get strangled. And the condom negotiation, it's possible that it cannot go well. But if it happens that it doesn't go well, there's PEP. I don't know if most of you guys know it. There's the post-exposure prophylaxis. It's not only for rape victims. You can also get it if you're gay. You go report. But the administration, it's a mission. Maybe that's what we should try to work on with. Maybe that's what, because it's difficult. We had one client who actually got raped. The guy is gay. He got raped, and when he got to the police station, he was laughing stock. Like, man, he got raped, and how come? You understand? So he had to go and report to the clinic as well. When he gets to the clinic, the nurses, they call each other. You understand? So I think maybe we must work on also accessing PEP for people, for key populations, maybe rather put it like that.
Please recognize me.
Okay, we need for the ones who are from housing, where the clinic specifically for LGBTI and key population. So if ever it does happen, whether it was rape or not, the condom burst or the condom negotiation didn't go well, you know where to find us. So we are in Victoria Street, Petrol 10821. That's we. It's not only PEP, anything to do with STIs and HIV. Please feel free to come in and give us. Sorry about Durban, I'm not sure, but I think if ever you can check how the men, there might be a branch around here. I know that there is one, I'm not sure where.
I heard Budi saying you must bring a person to a place it's safe. It's not. Today we have a case that Jason Wasana, who was killed in his place, and we don't know why. I think as much as I was talking about safety, yes, we love sex and we need to have sex, but I think we need to be safe. We need to be safe on issues around STIs and HIV, but we also need to be safe. We know who are you with. Maybe tell your friend, or or maybe take a picture or something, because people are killed in their places by people in their ways without even knowing and then Baba share so we need to be very safe.
And the worst things happen to the people who feel the safest, because then you relax and then you think, no, everything's fine. And that also goes with women who sleep with other women. Hey, some of the most violent people are women in relationships with other women. So we actually talk about that, those but anyway, to do another day. I want to talk about the HIV prevention methods. So if you are part of the key population group, so you are a commercial sex worker, you are a person who's injecting drugs, you are a man sleeping with another man, what is that about? People use drugs. Yeah, people use drugs. Okay, so if you are just part of those groups, right? What the government has now is what they call pre-exposure prophylaxis. So we're not going to wait for you to be exposed to the HIV and then treat you. We actually going to give you treatment regardless of whether you are exposed to HIV and then you need emergency treatment. So how that works is, if you are a key population, we know by default, by the type of sex you are having, you are at a very, very high risk as opposed to normal. And then you will take the tablet every day for the rest of your life, just like you would with the other ARVs. Yeah. Because when you stop using them, then you're also at risk of getting the HIV, but then you are now what we call a defaulter, and then the virus itself, may may mutate or all these other things, because now you may expose other people to,
Does that mean I can go turn everyone now because I'm taking this pill?
No, you must use the condoms, because now what we mentioned is the risk. So no one can say for you what your risk is, but based on the type of sex you have, we know the risk is high. But if you then take the tablets and then don't use a condom, it's like, say, if I hear in court but you're going to a thunderstorm, at some point it's not going to end, yes. Right? Yeah, and you can wear 10 rainbows. Oksana, you can't get thunderstorm, you're not going to wait. So it's about risk, and I think people must understand, within in their minds, know the type of sex they are having that's putting them at risk. If you are, for example, only ever doing blowjobs, right, for your client without a condom, it's still better than someone who's having anal sex without a condom. But the risk is still there, and it's up to you to have the counseling done so that you can understand the risk for you. So as far as and you know how we like to each other, all our medical things, and then you mix things, and if you don't understand, rather go back and ask, and then get the necessary information, because it's very important, especially when it comes to these new advances with HIV. Even the way we treat is going to be different. So, and you can't say, I'm just ignorant. Rather get the information and find out and prepare.
Thank you, doctor. You had a question a long time ago. Using condoms when you're interacting sexually with your partners.
Okay. No, it's all about you, because at the end of the day, negotiations or not, I have to make a decision, you know. I mean, if the next person is not comfortable with that, so I mean, really, if I am not comfortable, then you're not gonna have it, you know. So, but it's, for me, it's not mostly about communication. There's so many ways, I mean, you mentioned that we can have sex, you know, using other ways, like, you know, it can be kissing, or we can, you know, it can be blowjobs, you know, or, but personally, I'm a very kinky person. I do 6'9". Really, I'm very flexible. The way you see me dancing, that's how I go down on my bed with my man. That's me.
So, okay, coming up. We need to wrap up. I noted your hand. I saw a hand here somewhere as well. It was you, yes. I'm gonna take 2 more. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 1 more. And that's it, but we'll take them in a group. So let's start with you.
Hello, Jackie. Ngicela question ukuthi la maphilisi lawo pre-exposure amaphilisi akhona uwatholaphi and uwathatha futhi anawo na ama-side effects ukuthi ngiyawathatha ngiyelibongi singatshintsha.
So you got that question, we'll get that question to Dr. T to answer it just shortly. You had a question as well?
I just have one question. So you find that you're in a room, right? And then there's a top and there's a bottom. I'm gonna use these terms. I don't like that too, but yeah. Anyways, and then you get there. I'm a top, and I say, babe, you know what? I'd like a room tonight. You know, there are this structure, this outline of what I'm expected to be when I'm in the room. I'm meant to be the man. I'm meant to penetrate. I'm meant to do this. Well, the male G-spot is in the anus, right? And if I want my male G-spot stimulated while I'm wanking or something, why is the other person reluctant? Or how can you overcome that? Like, okay, I get you.
So this handsome young gentleman wants to know. And I'm going to give that question to Brian. So he wants to know, why is it that sexual logistics top bottom, they come with expectations, and how do you avoid those expectations? Brian, that question's for you, yeah?
Hi everyone, my name is Vanessa. How are you guys? I just have a question for, I think one of the sisters on the panel, she mentioned ukuthi umuntu uthathwa emundweni. And that really disturbed me because it made me feel as though she is encouraging promiscuity. Is that what's being perpetuated here? We're encouraging each other to take other people's partners. Is that healthy behavior psychologically? Is that what we're encouraging here? Are we supposed to be enlightening ourselves like with the correct sort of sexual practices? Because in our community we are so prone to so many things, and that just puts another negative perception on the LGBTQI community that we encourage promiscuity and we encourage multiple partners. And it doesn't really have to continue. Is that what's happening right now? I'm not attacking any of them. I love all of them. But this is a serious issue, and I feel like it needs to be seriously addressed because if it carries on, this is I'm not attacking you, please. I'm not attacking you.
Thank you for your question. So she wants to know, I'll get there to promote promiscuity. Alright, slow down everyone, guys. Okay, can we get ourselves towards ourselves? There are 3 questions. The first one is in regards to PG. Guys. Hi, we also want to laugh at that joke, okay? So we're going to address the PEP question. Because I understand there's a nurse here who speak in regards to the availability of the medication and side effects.
The combined that has 3 tablets. All of those tablets have side effects. Someone might experience mild, some might experience moderate, some might experience severe. So mild and moderate we are expecting. And most of the time, people really do suffer from that. But severe, unfortunately, if you've got severe side effects, we have to come back so that you can switch it. But at the end of the day, it's just going to be a month. Some people will tell you, I have tasteless buds for the whole month. Some will tell you, for the first 2 days, I couldn't even wake up. I was feeling so dizzy and so forth. Some will tell you, I didn't feel absolutely much. I was just tired most of the time for the whole month. So it differs from one person to another, but it's recommended that you take it for the full month.
Cool. Thank you. Right, second question. Top, bottom logistics, how do we avoid the expectations? Very quickly.
The issue is we refer a lot to the heteronorm. You know, we always view ourselves as the men and the women, the submissive and the dominant. At the end of the day, it all boils down to the heteronormative way of living in a society. And it's even said now because in the LGBTI population or community, we have adapted that into our lives. Only to realize that even the heterosexuals have even advanced from this norm.
Thank you.
So we know the heteronorm would say a woman has to lie there and the husband must just come and have fun. So in a heteronormative way, the man is the only one who's allowed to enjoy sex. And the woman is just there to offer her body. Wait.
No, our time is up.
I'll wrap up. So now, if you are 2 men, we all have prostate glands. You all have a penis, a dick, or whatever you call it. If you know that you feel pleasure when your prostate is being stimulated, what makes you think that the other person can't? Or also, like I said, but it also boils down to also not being able to be open about sex in general. But I think people who are, no offense, people who are either top or bottom are losing out. They are missing out on how beautiful sex can be.
Heteronormativity, the public sphere, the more labels we put, the more we're just going to continue to disengage predominantly most of society. You cannot put labels on things. You cannot put labels on love. You cannot put labels on freedom. You cannot put labels on democracy.
And then lastly, we need to address the lady's question with regards to promiscuity. Are we here to promote promiscuity? Are we telling everyone to snatch people's babies?
Okay. Iqiniso ukuthi vele umuntu uthathe emuntwini not esihlahleni, right? Ayikho umuntu esihlahleni and then you just join them. It doesn't work that way. Most of the times we are all in a form of relationship. Some are more serious, some are more like the one-night stands, some are engaged even, right? You heard people breaking off our engagements just to go and get married somewhere else. The point is, if you are online, the context was you are online, but ubusine girlfriend. What did Tato know to ubusine girlfriend when they were chatting on Facebook? She didn't know, right? And the question is, what do? You must decide for yourself. If I'm gonna go out on a date and I find out Umuntu is actually with somebody else, what are you going to do? We can't tell you that, but also we can't judge you. The world is full of judgment enough, and what we are saying is, we know the realities and the context that people are having sex. How are we having safe sex? That's what we are here to promote, is safe sex. Whether you call yourself a lesbian, whether you are a straight man who's married, who's having sex with other men, that's your internal struggle, not for us. We are here to give you safe sex tips and how to have it. And I think we moralize sex too much, and then we alienate people, like children as well, you know? And then because of the way we raise them, they can't even trust us to come to you as an adult and say, hey, because now you've made it a woman's thing to remain pure, to be good girls, but for who? For the benefit of men as well. It's never for girls who are, okay, be a good girl for yourself. It's never. It's always the family name must be maintained. You must have a high Lobola prize because you are pure. It's never, all of that. It's never for us. It's always for the male. And I think, fair enough. But can we please then just have safe sex? Because we're never going to tell people not to have sex. And none of us have never been, we've all been in a relationship. Now you know my sister, I know Fiji. I had to break up with somebody else. That's the reality of life. That is just the reality of life.
Thank you, Dr. T. Okay, so guys, we are wrapping this up. Thank you so much for joining us. This was the KZN leg of the National LGBTI Dialogues. Please tag us on hashtag National LGBTI Dialogues and at Fearless SA on Instagram and on Twitter. Just to close things up, I'm going to call Steve Mapaseka. She's the founder and director of Access Chapter 2, as well as the deputy chairperson for the South African National AIDS Council. My name is Nko Johnson. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Hello, it's a greeting. This is a national LGBTI dialogue taking place everywhere across the country. And I think we are very privileged to be discussing and having this space as LGBTI persons, right? I think we have a fantastic kinky panel. And we have a fantastic kinky audience as well. So I think we need to give a round of applause for that. I think there are a couple of things for me. There are a number of things. You know, because we have been doing this, we have been fighting, we have been protecting the rights of LGBTI persons in South Africa for a very long time. There's one important thing that we all have to do. We have a responsibility. And I'm going to say it again. We have a responsibility. We have an obligation. You and I have that. It's okay to be going to dialogues, or it's okay to be going to, contesting and quite a lot of things. But you and I have the responsibility, and we have the obligation. A lot of people confuse us, and I say us because I'm part of you, right? A lot of people confuse us. We don't owe it to anyone to explain ourselves, right? We don't. And I don't apologize, I don't explain myself. People confuse us. I've got a very thick voice. Alright? I don't dress feminine. Okay? My name is Steve. Alright? I identify as a woman. Are we clear? I walk to the bathroom, and some woman gets confused. It's your baby to deal with. It's your okay? So it's not my fault that you don't understand. You never child. So I'm just saying, ultimately, we don't owe anyone an explanation, but we are living in a world that is also harsh. We've seen a rise of hate crimes everywhere across the country, which means our responsibility also comes in ensuring that we live and we are safe. Look, I'm not saying people should not go to taverns, meetings. Go, it's fine, but make sure you're safe. Okay? A lot of hate crimes in South Africa happens about people actually being killed. Okay? So we have the responsibility. We also have the responsibility to educate others. So I'm not saying that we should be ignorant like the others, you know. But we have the responsibility to educate others. For our parents, for our families, you know, when coming out, you know, we always have to explain, look,
nothing has changed. You know, I didn't have to come out, but I had to say to my grandmother one time to say, hey, Mama go, you know, I'm your granddaughter. That's the relationship that you and I have. So the most important thing is about yourself and your relationship with your families, your relationship with your communities, and even the responsibility to respect others. Doesn't mean that if we are gay and then we gay for anything, you know. I need to contribute. Some are scientists, some are researchers, some are activists, right? So I'm just saying that the responsibility is on our court. And the other issue, you know, because I was listening to the Kiki conversation, you know, a sex generation. We've just come out of a conference, a 5-day conference here, which was hosted at Tekwin. It's the 21st International AIDS Conference, which brought together about 18,000 delegates. 18,000 delegates across the world came to congregate here in Durban for the second time in 16 years. Durban, South Africa is the only country in Africa to have hosted a conference of this magnitude. So in 2000, when it was hosted, South Africa, we did not have treatment. We've lost quite a lot of people because of HIV. 16 years later, today as we speak, we've got more than 3.4 million South Africans who are on ARVs, right? But we also have quite a lot of new infections that are quite high. So when we are kinky, when we're doing it, when we go down, we go up, under the bed, whatever that we're doing, let's prevent. Let's prevent. Condom is free. The Department of Health has launched a new condom because everyone was complaining about choice. Yeah, and now it's called Max in different flavors. Right? Maximum pleasure and so forth. And I hope, Tammy, we have all these condoms here. Strawberry, banana, and grape. All of them. So if you want to be kinky tonight, the flavors, condoms are there. And even for lesbian women, I hope there's dental dams there. Yeah, while you are going to get kinky, there are dental dams there. So please help yourself. The other issue is that if we are living with HIV, guys, science have told us, we've got the evidence, let's adhere. Take our treatment. If we adhere, that means our viral load will be suppressed and we are less likely to transmit the virus, right? So when we speak about responsibility, and I'm just talking about we've got the responsibility. The last, we've got a high rate of dropouts in schooling in our community. Economy is bad, guys. Yeah. It's not easy to be unemployed. Reach out. Every province in South Africa, there's an LGBT organization. Reach out. Spend time, volunteer or whatever. You will have an opportunity. Unemployment is bad. Our economy is growing at 0% rate currently. So we have high rates of dropouts in school. Yes, because of so many issues. Maybe people don't want to be allowed to wear their pants or their skirts whatsoever. We know. And the fees, of course, you know, waist pen. I saw pen was somewhere here.
Silence is no longer Lindsay, where? Who's Lindsay? What's that pen?
So I'm just saying, with, education will prevent quite a lot of things. Let's go out, let's fight. It doesn't mean ukuthi mangimelana nje activists abantu bayathi ukuthi ama-activists hey, I'm protecting your right. And it is your responsibility to make sure that you also take care of that right. Because no one will protect your right. Abantu bafile, we've got icons, Abu Simon Koli, who stood up for all of us. We've got icons who still exist in this country. And you are the next generation, but it is your responsibility to do so. And I'm just saying, with you, thanks to Tammy, thanks to the team, thanks to the speakers, because you always provoke our thinking. And I think it's quite, every time I listen, it's normally works in my office and I'm like, oh, sorry, what did I say? But it's thought-provoking. And it's a lesson for everything that we do in public health. It's a lesson for everything that we do in human rights that we need to continue. So I really want to thank Brian Siveko, Unisa Mbele, Janine Raptopoulos, Dr. Kale Mofoke, Virginia Magwaza, Snowy Mamba, Happy Pale, who are coming from various organizations, who continue to challenge our thinking, who continue to take us there.
So the participants who are sitting down, please sit down. I want to control this. Please go to sit and run the movement. Okay. So the group at the back, listen to me. The group at the back, please move forward. Take your money and have something to drink. Please remain seated. Everybody else remain seated. I said please remain seated.
Thank you. Bitch, wave it back here. Bitch, I'm the camera.
Put your paws up. HIM.